morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, June 16th. And I just got down to my area. I'm going to park here by Chick-fil-A to see what we can get. Right now, I'm only on Instacart and Uber Eats because for some reason, DoorDash is having some server issues right now. So it says it'll be back up and running shortly. Which doesn't help me too much depending on how long it takes because I was scheduled at 11. It's 11:01 right now. And once it gets past 11:15, it's gonna cancel my morning dash. So I'm glad that at least I separate my dashes into two parts. Hopefully they'll have everything fixed by my second scheduled dash. Other than that, thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not, and I'm hoping we are going to have a better week this week than we did last week. I will be working all 3 days this week, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, all day, so we'll see what we can do. Right now I'm just gonna wait it out until I get something worth taking, and then I'll check back in. I should also mention that I decided to do another one of those quests from Uber Eats this week. I upped the ante a little bit because I will be doing 3 days versus 2. So instead of the 20 trips, I am doing 30 trips, and I think it's with no less than 60 rejects, something like that. Yeah, 60 rejects. So I figure that way, at least if I average 10 per day, which seemed pretty possible when I was doing it last week, especially if today DoorDash is going to be somewhat out of commission. So I'm going to do that. And then the bonus quest after that. So if I meet the 30, and then I exceed that by however many, it'll tell me once I exceed it, it's an extra $23. So this one is for $46. So we'll see what we can do. I'm hoping that I can do this quest like I did last week, and it can be some more bonus money. No. Dang it. No. Starting off pretty bad. I've already got 2 rejects from this morning because the first one was like $6 to come to Chick-fil-A to go 5.9 miles. That was a negative. And this one was to go to Charlie's, which means going into the mall, for $10.06 to go like 8.9 miles. Even with a quest, that's not the type of order I want to be taking. So we're still going to have the same strategy as last week. We're still going to try to be smart and take orders that we would normally take and not try to sacrifice money in order to get a bonus. So we'll see how it works out. All right, so it looks like it's an actual DoorDash problem. I did call Metro to see if it was the same issue if it was before, because I started all of a sudden just getting the same something is wrong situation, which, you know, makes me nervous. And they said everything was fine there, and I checked to see if like my email was going wonky, because last time it prevented me from getting emails, and that was fine. So it looks like DoorDash is having a glitchy issue. I was able to sign in, and right now it says very busy, and there's like $1 extra per order. Probably because they were so backed up from being down for a while. So I don't know what kind of day it's going to be today, but we certainly will find out. Okay, we got one, y'all. It's an Uber Eats, so we're starting our quest here with a Chick-fil-A order, which is awesome since I'm here. It was $9.18 to go 5.7 miles. All right, that took way longer than it needed to. I think they were backed up with some orders, and then I got to talking to another delivery guy to see if he was having the same experience I was with DoorDash this morning. And he said, yeah, and he started earlier than I did, so he had a little bit more of an issue because, you know, he just couldn't get in. But it's good to know that it's not the same issue as I was having before. And now it's up and running. It does say it's $1 more per delivery. I think I might have mentioned that. And who knows how long that will last, probably until orders get caught up on. But my timer that starts at 35 minutes for DoorDash, is down to 17 minutes. So that tells you how long I was in there waiting for that order. But we are about 10 minutes away from the customer now, and then hopefully this is the start of a good roll. While I'm on my way to this next order, I want to update you really quick. If you remember last week and a little bit the week before, I was having an issue with my car that it would randomly kind of shut off when I was at a light or whatever. It was getting kind of scary. And so I finally did call Nissan, and I made an appointment to take the car up there while I wasn't working for the weekend. And thankfully it turned out just to be my battery. So that was an easy fix and less expensive than any other issue that may have happened. I was super scared it was going to be a sensor situation, in which case it was going to cost hundreds and hundreds, almost $1,000 to fix, which, I mean, that just would have set us back quite a bit. So I was relieved to know it was just the battery, and thus far it has, the car's been working great. Now, he also said that because it was a battery issue, that might be why sometimes my phone won't be charging when I'm in the car. But so far I'm still getting that issue where it says it's charging, but the battery isn't like going up. So I don't know what that's about, and it's kind of annoying because obviously I like to keep my battery as full as possible, especially if I'm going on a shopping order, because the battery depletes quite a bit as I have to have the phone on, you know, in order to work it. And if I'm in the store for a good half hour, 45 minutes with a constant running of the phone, it really does deplete that battery. So I count on being able to get back in the car, hook it up, and for that battery to be replenished as I'm doing my delivery. And so far, I mean, I haven't been out here for an hour yet, and my battery is down to 91%. And other than, you know, that 15 minutes that I was in Chick-fil-A, it's been consistently plugged in and supposedly charging. So if anybody has any advice on that, that would be greatly appreciated. I really should invest in a good like portable battery, something that I can plug. I have one, but for whatever reason, whenever I try to use it, it tells me that like the cord that I'm using isn't strong enough. So, and maybe that's the issue. Maybe I just don't have a good enough cord. So I can look into that too. But anywho, we're a few minutes away from drop off. We are now going to Capriati's. It's a sandwich shop. $9.35 to go 6.9 miles. But we're 2.5 miles away from it, so it's a decent, and I was gonna have to drive it anyway, so it's not that bad. We already got another order, which is great because I always hate having to work my way back. $25.08 to go to Sprouts and shop for 15 items and take it 10 miles. I'm just over 2 miles away from Sprouts, so yeah, this is a great order. I'm excited. Alright, I just grabbed an order. It's raining, as you can tell. It was worse when I was driving here, and thankfully it hadn't gotten here yet when I dropped off that last shopping order. Am I getting a bad one? Okay, I took one for $13.50. Yeah. $13.50 to go 3.2 miles or something like that. To get like 29 items, and now I'm getting an add-on for an extra $7 to go an extra 2.2 miles for an extra 2 items. So we'll take that, another 20 bucks in our pocket for like 5 or 6 miles. So not bad. And we got to be in the store during the rainstorm. All right, we're taking a little McDonald's order here. It's only $5.39 to go 4-point-something miles, but it is taking me in the direction that I prefer to be going in, so might as well get paid for those miles.